Just got pretty informal stuff. Just to kind of give you a background, my name's Mike Montgomery. I'm a patrol supervisor here at the PD. Been here 10 years, starting in January, my 17th year overall doing this job. Sad to say that my hair looked this color and I'm only 30 years old. I try to keep it pretty informal. Basically, my background, I spent 6 years as a detective at Benton, left there in 01. I've done insurance fraud. I've also got a background in law enforcement sales. My other background is in forensics. I really enjoy this just to get out and see everybody. I think one of my philosophies is going back to the old school days. Some of these young guys roll the windows down, get out of the car, and talk to everybody. You know, we're a bedroom community for everything around us, which is fine and dandy, but one of the things that we don't have is communication amongst ourselves. When we were all growing up, everybody knew everybody. And those are the things that I think are probably hurting us and making us not aware of what's going on around us, which doesn't help with the crime situation sometimes. And try to get involved, you know, so we know each other. One of the things I see is that, you know, in the old days you played until the street lights came on. Or you could sit out and you could go to your neighbor's house and you knew everybody 4 houses down. We don't see that anymore. That's where we've kind of closed in ourselves as a society. So one of the things I say is have neighborhood cookouts. Call us and tell us, hey, we're going to be doing a cookout this weekend, and y'all come on by, and you know, we'll take free food any day. We won't care if the fire department does because they cook their own. You know, please, we'll show up. The fire department will come by. We'll bring stuff for the kids. You know, we'll get out and visit and let you see who we are. You know, we've got 3 new guys, and I think we've got 3 more starting. So we've got some new guys that you'll see new faces around here. So we want to make ourselves known to you guys too. And one of the things we do with this Neighborhood Watch program is get you guys to know each other. And the big thing starts with, whether it's you or you guys are kind of spearheading this, we start from the top down. We need somebody to be the coordinator of this, or you guys could be co-coordinators of it. And one of the things we do from here on out is get you guys to get together again after this, and I'll even come by and help you with it. But get that organization set up to where whatever your area is that you're going to be using, take that and block it off. And say, I need a street captain for this one, I need a street captain for this area. So you might have 5 or 6 people, and that makes a tree. So if you're going to be the street captain in your area and you've got 10 houses, you can have email, cell phone, or Twitter account, whatever it takes. Those phone trees of old, if you see something, say something. You know, it's working for terrorism. We need to do it for the guy breaking into cars, or you know, just rolling down the road suspiciously.
Is the best way to call 911? I mean, even if it's, you know, somebody coming door to door, do you really want us to call 911? It's really not an emergency,
yeah. 943-0865 is the direct number into dispatch. That's a non-emergency number.
Tell me that again, please.
943-0865. That's the non-emergency number. And dispatchers answer that 365, 24 hours a day. But 911 is still just as easy. It'll ring straight in. You know, we tell people, if you're going out of town, if you tell your neighbors, let your neighbors know. But you can also call us and let us know that, hey, I'm going to be out of town for these days. Give us a contact number. You know, if you've got pets in the house, just little stuff. But we get extra, what we just call it's an extra patrol request a lot of times. And we will, you know, at least we know about that. We go by. You know, whoever's in that area can check on your house, check on you for it. But it really helps out for you guys to know each other, to do that, to help each other out. And I'm here to help you out. The city will put out signs for you. Once we get things started, we'll start, we can get the signs printed up. The city street department will post those. Probably, you know, in your area, we'd probably put them out, you know, when you turn off a Show Road, put probably one there just past your house right there in the curb right before you cross the little bridge, you know, all along through there. So we could probably put out, you know, 4 or 5 signs just in y'all's neighborhood alone. And check your neighborhood. See how it's lit. Look at your neighbor's house. If you're going to break into your neighbor's house, could you do it? You know, bushes growing up in front of the house. Is there lights around? Is there dark places? They call, you know, neighborhood surveys and stuff. If you find the street lights are out, call the city street department. Let them know there's a light out in your neighborhood. You'd like to get it fixed. You know, if you need additional lighting, let the city know, because there are times when, you know, the city can look at, you know, putting in additional lighting if possible. How many people have alarms? How many people have cameras? The cameras are a big thing. Nest Cam, the Ring.com cameras, the ones that, if you have an alarm system, who does your alarm system notify first? So you're in South Florida laying on the beach on vacation, getting ready to go on a cruise, and your alarm goes off, it calls you.
Yeah.
Then who's it to call?
Well, if I don't answer, it calls him, and if he doesn't answer, they just contact the police to come out.
Why don't they contact us first?
Because they check to make sure it's not a false alarm.
Doesn't matter, we're gonna go check it out anyway. Now, unless we're
I've
canceled,
seen that.
unless we're canceled, 911 call, people realize, we will go check out a 911 call every time. Just because you call us and tell us everything's okay, or you dialed 911, do we know that for sure? Not always. So, and that surprises a lot of people that we do go check out 911 calls for your safety. Anybody in your neighborhood got cameras? Now, when you start separating this out and you start dividing yourselves up, let somebody know, hey, I've got an alarm system at my house. I've got a camera at my house that points at the street. Those are things that if we come over to your house, you can say, oh yeah, so-and-so's got a camera on her house, she might have seen something. It might have just been a profile of a car going by. Nowadays, we can do a lot, so that helps us out. I need to put the information out there for you guys because it's a structure that's for you. And then, once you get going, there is the, I want to say it's nnwa.org or .com, I can't remember now. It's the National Neighborhood Watch Association website.
Okay.
And we're listed on there. Another one that's big is the, there's a couple of Neighborhood Watch apps that
Okay.
are out there. I think the one that we have in my neighborhood is called Nextdoor or something like that. Those are good, because if you've got something, you can set it all up, you can just send a blast out there and it goes off that direction.
What have you heard, because my daughter is talking about several ways that they've done it with an app, with a Facebook, what have people found is most successful, you know? 'Cause I
The Facebook stuff that, the Commonwealth area over on the other side of the interstate, they've done that in Midtown area. They've set up a neighborhood, the Carywood Facebook page or whatever.
Right.
You know, however you wanna call it.
Yeah.
And they're putting everybody on there. But one of the things we found out, the chief pointed out to them is, that's great when you put that stuff out there and somebody gets on there and gripes and complains about seeing something in the neighborhood, or they saw a suspicious car and they're telling everybody in the neighborhood. But they're telling somebody 3 days ago and we have no information on it. So link us to it. Link the Bryant Police Department. You can link me to it. But the one thing about it, if you put it, what we're saying is, if it's important enough to put on a Facebook page to tell everybody in the area, tell us. Somebody needs to make a phone call to us to say, I saw a suspicious car in the neighborhood, but I'm gonna tell my neighbors. And that was where they were dropping it. They were going amongst themselves. And the chief said he would go through, and about 3 or 4 days after he'd see it, he'd go, well, there was a suspicious black car over here off of Independence 2 nights ago. Why didn't we hear about it?
Gotcha.
People are, they're liking to use the Facebook over the app.
I think
You
so.
get notifications all the time.
Right, I think the Facebook posts are actually going quicker, because some of the apps will go by email, not all of them go by text. It just depends on what's the easiest way, but I think subdivisions setting up their own Facebook page, and then linking us to that are really probably the most successful right now, as far as getting information out and sharing information amongst the people in the area.
I think one of the more successful ways it's gonna come about, hopefully, because I'm a little more old-fashioned in my thinking, is people should have each other's numbers.
Yes.
Everybody should know who you are. I mean, 4 or 5 people around you, and then from there on out, and out there, and then we can call up and say, hey, did you see? And that's what this is about, is to be
Yeah.
able to say, you know, we're watching for you when you're out of town, or I'm gonna be out of town, would you watch my house? And
You'd be surprised at how big this crowd is compared to some.
I'm happy.
Oh, I am tickled.
You know, on the
I've
other
had 3
side,
people show up.
So who all's
I thought it was
from,
at least 2.
who's from Raintree and Carywood?
Yeah. But that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are, but now comes the good part of, you gotta get out and sell it to your neighbors. You know, that's the, get out and knock on neighbors' doors and say, here's what we're doing. And get that information so that you've got the a name and a phone number, or a name and an email address. The next step here is to get your networking started, get those phone trees started, kind of talk amongst yourself as to who can, who wants to take what, and set up that organizational structure for yourself. And that really gets it, that gets everybody, into everybody else's business. But if you also need to get me, 249-3000 is my cell number.
Oh, write that down, everybody, put it in the bathroom. Case I know.
Where do you think I got it? I don't know whose number that is. That is my cell number.